First, Tab Thomas and Miss Vanetta W. Johnson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's quite an act to follow, isn't it? Well, I had my little verbiage first, and I've been out of the way. Thank you for sharing that moment in history with us as we celebrate the unveiling of 13 original portraits that were painted by six professional master artists from across the nation. These artistic skills have not been overlooked. Media coverage has been awesome. Local television stations, radio stations, newspaper, M&M production, several neighboring states media, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, etc. And we're alive. You can't beat that, can you? We're going to unveil these portraits momentarily, but I know in the back of your minds, you're wondering how this come about and how were the individuals chosen for the 13 we have represented here, and how was the artist selected from across the nation and why? Are those questions in your mind? Okay. The criteria was really, it was a tough criteria. And what we did, we tried to go back and look at some family history ancestrally and tried to select those individuals who came along with ominous circumstances like many of us did in the past. And not only were they not satisfied with the way they lived, the things they had to do growing up as individuals, they want to make a better life for themselves. They were not looking for fortune and fame. They were looking for a way out. And the way out was to get out of the cotton fields, cornfields, and etc., and find a better job by doing something different. School was the way. And so some of these individuals we're going to recognize this morning go back to the 1940s. Now, you probably don't know who they were. You may have heard of them, you may not have heard of them, but there may be some ancestral connections here today. And so what we like to do is start with several of the portraits we'll unveil. And if the artists are available, I'm going to ask the artists to come up. One of the young men there is, where's Cabo?
Right behind you. He's behind you. Right behind you.
He's hiding.
He's behind you.
I met that young man about a year plus ago. Uh, Stella Jones from Stella Jones Art Gallery in New Orleans on St. Charles Street, my homegirl called. And she said, Taff, I got a young man here who has an exhibition. I'd like you to take him under your wings. I said, honey, I have trouble opening my own wings myself. But she said, no, Taff, you need to meet him. And it just so happens I had an exhibition at a gallery as well. And the way they worked it out together, she said he would deliver your sculptures to your home. I said, okay, that's pretty good. I don't mind meeting them. And so he did arrive, and he's from Opelousas, but he got lost. He couldn't find Alexandria. So I started wondering about that boy, and I can mentor him, you know. But going back to 1960s, and I don't want to reveal my age. Darren, raise your hand. Now she say I taught her some years ago, but I don't believe that, but I accept it. Uh, but he came in, we kind of verbalized. I told him how I was about doing things, very methodically, very professional, very excellent, and had to be dedicated. I was a no nonsense guy. I asked him could he accept it. He said he could. So actually, he did, and he's been working very diligently ever since. And so I'm asking, one thing changed about him. He had a chance to meet Beyonce in Houston. The boy never been the same. And so it looked like he's moonwalking when he come up here. He's thinking about Beyonce. And he's trying to say she's in my family too. We've been down the same way. I don't believe that, but he smiles ever since then. What are you going to see? A young lady standing next to me here is Miss Vanessa Johnson, uh, one of our local artists. And speaking of artists, you probably wonder, okay, how were they selected since you have thousands of artists here in Alexandria? Well, after looking at the resumes of the different individuals that we had recommend to receive these prestigious awards, I started interviewing artists. And just so happens this young lady here with a artistic talent, she's classified as a modern contemporary visual artist. And I was impressed with her creativity in terms of how she expressed herself uh, creatively, and not only academically, but she had a process of looking at things differently that she could actually see the soul of the artist through the eyes. And this is one of the things I do. So I said, well, if you can do that too, you hired. But she's a very charismatic young lady. Like I say, she's very talented. And there's not anything that you ask her to do artistically that she can't perform because she think about what she's going to do, the process and technique before she does it. She liked oil paint. She liked to paint in oil. And in addition to that, subjects are rangeable. So you have no limitation in terms of what you like to paint, what you like to do. And so I'm proud to have her standing next to me here to support this. Our first individual, Ms. Johnson, done it first. I thought I was first. She's first. See what happened when you're teaching, man. They jump ahead of you, you know. That's all right. Come on, sister.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chan. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I like to just look at you all just for a minute, take it all in. Thank God that I'm here. Amen. Thank you. I've had some challenges, but yeah, I'm here. God is in control. Okay. Um, I would also like to thank the Rapids Parish Library Committee for having me to be a part of this historic moment. I'd like to thank the staff. They work together so well. And a special thank you to my family who traveled over 400 miles. I'm sure that there are some others here that traveled a long way. Thank you, family, for coming. And I'd like to thank my husband, who I do not see right now, but he's here. He's here in the hallway. Okay. He is my supporter and encourager in the arts here. I'd also like to thank my mentor, Mr. Thomas, for having me as a student. I'm grateful. I'm humbled at this moment. Okay, my first artist painted two honorees. My artist is Mr. Edward Barnes, who is not here today, but I'm told he's watching. He's a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He's been creating since early childhood, giving promise to being the versatile artist that he is today. Mr. Barnes earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Fine Arts from Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He also earned an MA and an MFA degree from Louisiana State University, and he was the first African American to receive that honor. Mr. Barnes stands out as a talented sculptor and artist, known for his exceptional contributions to the world of visual arts. His first honoree, and I'd like for his family to stand at this honoree. Her name is Jewel Lamar, PhD.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Dr. Jewel Lamar Bestridge was a distinguished scholar and trailblazer in the field of political science. With a career spanning several decades, she has made significant contributions to the study of African American politics, focusing on issues of representation, civil rights, and social justice. Dr. Prestridge has held prominent positions in academia, including serving as the president of the National Conference of Black Political Scientists. Amazing, amazing. Dr. Jewel Prestridge. My next honoree is Dr. Romel C. Wren, MD. Anyone here from Dr. Wren's family, would you please stand? Glad to have you. Dr. Romel C. Wren, MD, FACC, which means Fellow American College on Cardiology, is a distinguished heart surgeon. Now let that sink in. A heart surgeon, specialist. He's based in Fairbanks, Alaska, bringing his expertise to the field of cardiovascular care. Dr. Wren was educated in the private and public schools of Rapides Parish, namely St. James Catholic School and the public schools, thank you, and the public schools of Rapides Parish. He graduated from Bolton High School with honors. Dr. Wren's dedication to his profession and his roots in Louisiana underscores his commitment to making a positive impact on the well-being of individuals in need of advanced cardiac care. Dr. Wren. Okay, my next artist is Mr. Joseph Anthony Pearson. I don't know if he's not here. Okay. Mr. Pearson, I would like to congratulate you, sir, on your recognition of his artwork, Girl with Orange. That's the name of his artwork. It was accepted at the 110th Annual Allied Artists of America exhibition. That's amazing too, because that exhibition is in New York, I think, and it's very challenging to get in. So this achievement highlights Mr. Pearson's talent and artistic expertise, showcasing his ability to capture compelling and visual engaging scenes. The Allied Artists of America exhibition is a prestigious platform, and acceptance into such an event is a testament to an artist's skills. Mr. Pearson's Girl with Orange is undoubtedly a noteworthy addition to this expedition, contributing to the rich tapestry of contemporary art. This exhibit will be on display from September 1, 2023 to September 1, 2024 at, this is the website, www.alliedartistsoftheamerica.org. Be sure to visit the website and see his art. Mr. Pearson painted 2 honorees. His first honoree is Mr. Oliver Ali Overton. Yay! All right. Mr. Overton, would you stand? So everybody can see you in the flesh. All right. Thank you. Overton is a lifelong resident of Alexandria, Louisiana. He is married to Marie M. Overton and the father of four children, as well as the grandfather of five grandchildren. He is a faithful member of Mount Triumph Baptist Church, Alexandria, Louisiana, where he serves as or on the trustee board. Mr. Overton is a graduate of Peabody High School, a graduate also of the Labor Management Training Teamster Education Department at the University of Arkansas, and a graduate of the Labor Management Education Department of Roadway Express Freight Line, Inc. Mr. Overton serves as police juror for Rapids Parish, bringing his dedication of public service to the community and around Alexandria, Louisiana. And you can read the rest of everybody's bio in your little books that you have. Thank you. The next portrait that Mr. Pearson has done is Mr. Amos Wesley Jr. Mr. Wesley Jr. was born in Rochelle, Louisiana on August 2nd, 1914. His family moved to Alexandria in 1920 after the death of his father. On December 7th, 1941, the bombing of Pearl Harbor inspired Mr. Wesley to join or volunteer for the United States Army to defend his country. After volunteering and entering the service in 1942, his high scores and expertise provided him the opportunity to be assigned aircraft maintenance
All right.
for the United States Army Air Corps based in Tuskegee, Alabama.
All right.
Yes. Mr. Wesley holds a significant place in history as a Tuskegee Airman, showcasing his bravery and contribution to the United States during a crucial period. Mr. Amos Wesley Jr. overcame adversity and discrimination to demonstrate skills and dedication to the field of aviation. Mr. Wesley's family, if you all stand or raise your hands. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now, let's see what else I have. Oh, okay. Miss Crystal Ann Talley, professional journey is marked by her transition from an instructor of design at Texas Southern University to a experience user interface designer on the med tech and visual team of Johnson and Johnson. Her career showcases versatility and expertise in the field of design. She is presently working in game development as a UX designer for Destiny 2 at Sony's subsidiary company, Bogey Inc. Crystal Ann Talley is the daughter of the world-renowned artist and theologian, Dr. Clarence Talley Sr. She has honored her father by painting his portrait for this occasion. Isn't it beautiful? Thank you, Mr. Talley, you and your wife. Would you all stand, please? Yes. Mr. You can stand there. You let him have all the. No, I understand. Okay. And that concludes portraits, and then I'll turn it back over to Mr. Thomas.
Where's Christian? Christian, your dad and I were classmates. I see somebody with one Omega attire moving back and forth over there. You didn't see this albums of Run Man? I'm sorry. We have some cappers back there too. Uh, we appreciate all of you, or each of you, in attendance. I'd like to start with a renowned young man by the name of Larry Douglas Smith. He's an intellectual theologian who communicates with therapeutic delivery. Uh, he's a civic activist and a man who spent a lot of time in the judicial system of our state. He taught classes at LSU in Baton Rouge and Southern, and he served where needed. He organized and brought the 100 Black Men philosophy to Baton Rouge, and this was able to help youth in that area to improve their quality of life. He also was the first Black warden of the Angola Penitentiary, and he started an educational program for the inmates to help them to look at a different perspective from where they were incarcerated. Reverend Smith received the Charles E. Dunbar Jr. Career Service Award, the highest honor bestowed on Louisiana civic servants. He had done advanced study at the University of Miami, Colorado, San Francisco, San Diego State University, New Orleans uh, Theological Seminary. He has a long list of in his resume, and you can find it in your book. And what I like to say while you have a copy of this book here, this is a real important document. I'd like you to take this and share this with your family, with your friends, with your grandkids, because once they walk through this gallery here for a visit, they can look on the wall and say, "Wow, look what he did, and I can do it too." So at this time, I'd like for my pastor to stand up here. It's just the only time I can call a rank on him. He used to call me to come up and pray. You know I can't pray. I say one or two words, I sit back down. Well, don't stay sit. But I'm like, where's the bro? Say, come on there, bro, by the page there, son. I call a rank on him too, because he's one of my proteges, and I still have to call shots at everyone. He's a protege. He's a real intellect, very sensitive young man, and automation, and you name it, he can do that. He worked with young people, and he's very talented. He's vocal now, all except when it comes to when Beyonce. You think about that, that boy lose everything. But anyway, if you notice in the background, he has a stamp of approval. That's where you can each artist has something special that they do so that you can recognize who they are and what they've done. So that's his signature in the back there. And if you notice each one as we go through the portraits, it's going to be pretty pronounced. You will have a different feel for it. And if you notice my pastor's eye, except my pastor's eyes there, we talked about emphasis on the retina and how the retina is a part that penetrates and you can see the soul of the individual. And so he had done that. So he volunteered with my arm twisting to do about 6 of different portraits. And like I said, he's an awesome young man. He just got started, but he's going to go a long way. He's had exhibitions just about all over the nation, at that young age. He's working, he's concluding his master's degree, and he's going to go forward and work toward his PhD. And so he's moving forward, and I'm proud of him. The one thing about that was Stella Jones called me called me from New Orleans. She didn't say anything about monetary compensation of teaching him. And I said, son, you know, my work's kind of expensive. He said, don't worry about it, I'll pay you one day. When's that day coming, son? Okay, soon. Let's keep up the good work. But Pastor, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the things that you accomplish in life. And you are a part of the contemporary division. And so that means you still have a lot of work to do. And so you continue to do it. We're looking forward to it. Thank you for what you've done. Now, he painted about 6 of these now. Okay, he used some airbrush on this as well. And it takes skill to use an airbrush. Real skill. He's an airbrush enthusiast. He superimposed about maybe 5 different hues in his work. And if you notice the smile and the intensity of the eyes and things, they kind of stand out. It show the intellectual capacity of the portrait itself. And so when you get a chance to study his works, as well as works of the other artists, then you see how unique and special it was to select those 6 individuals. I'm gonna go back to Brother Ali, but right quick, you don't mind that. I'm not taking the thunder away from my student, but that's a monochromatic, we call a monochromatic color scheme that he used, where there's a limitation of the colors that he felt was appropriate for the occasion and for the individual. So the colors that they choose or select has a lot to do with the intellectual capacity of the individual who did the work. And that's what you're going to see. Each artist has his or her own approach as to what they do. Now, basically, you have thousands of people who can paint, who are artists, but you also have what we call specialists. It's like if you had a brain tumor, you wouldn't go to a general practitioner. No, you go to a specialist. And so when you want a portrait painted a certain way, then those are the kind of people you need to see. And we were happy to get 6 of the nation's best. And read your book, you're going to find out more about their backgrounds. And say, wow, how did they do that? Well, it was done. And we appreciate them for their efforts, for supporting this important occasion. Uh, I want to say a few words about Dr. Prestidge, if I can find my cards. Anyway, he was a biologist and an educator, and his wife was Jewel Prestidge, who also was a PhD. Uh, Dr. Prestidge was born in 1944, and of course, he was a graduate of Peabody High School. Don't applause for that.
Yeah.
He's in World War II, a graduate of Southern University, cum laude, in 1950. I recall back to active duty to career in 1950. And he was an instructor at Prairie A&M College, and he also taught at Dillard University. And he was acting president of Southern University System, the chancellor, and the Baton Rouge campus. And the remainder of this you can find in your brochure. Thank you very much, Brother Prestidge. Who was that? Come over here. Uh, that's There's some that call him on a bon ton, some that call him on a bon ton. It all depends on where you're from. He was an author, a historian, and an activist. He was born in 1902 and died in 1973. He became friends with a group of literary and scholarly artists in Harlem, during the Harlem area. He co-edited several books with Langston Hughes. He was friends with Count Basie, Angela Roll Martin, Jacob Lawrence, Duke Ellington, Arthur Waters, Lena Horne, Bessie Smith, Joe Williams, and Archibald J. Motley. Bonton retired from JIS in 1956. I'd like to say you something about the artist. Uh, be careful because of my spouse is standing over there somewhere. Where's brother Johnson? Is he back there?
He just yesterday.
He saw me, so he stepped a step back. This is a support force. They work together as a team. But I'm proud to be associated with Mrs. Johnson. And she said, well, Mr. Tapp, who I'm going to pay? I said, how about paying Mr. Bond? She said, okay. Uh, where do I start? Start where you've been started. Just do it. She said, are you going to look at it as I work? I said, no, but look at it when you're almost finished. But she did a courageous job with him. And again, if you look at the eyes has a presentation, how they look away, but it's kind of thought. He's really thinking. What she does in her color choices, they really stand out. And so she did a beautiful job with that. And if you look at your brochure, it stands out even more. It's more pronounced. So each of the portraits are really speaking to you and about you in a sense. But read the retina of the eyes and you see a difference in each one of them. Each one has a different expression. And this is one of the things I appreciate about those individuals I've worked with, 6 of them. And I'm very proud of you, the things you've done, what you accomplished. Thank you very much. This young lady I heard about, I don't know her. I heard she's a Louisianian. I heard she was anybody's queen at one time. Yes. No problem with Peabody. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor really for me to say some words about Colonel Katrina E. Lloyd. It's the second black female promoted to the rank of colonel by the Louisiana National Guard. Colonel Lloyd currently serves as the Langren State Surgeon in the Army and commander of the 61st Troop Command, the first African American and woman to hold the position. She served as battalion commander of the Louisiana Medical Detachment. And I'm gonna pause here, but I'm gonna put a rank on Price. Where's Brother Price? He's hired. Stand up, Price. I'll put command today, son. You may outrank me at one time, but I got you today. What is the number in a battalion, basically?
That was earlier. The personnel battalion about 150 men.
Okay. Colonel, how about how many was in your battalion? Will you stand up and tell them that? So I'm putting a rank on her too. Say they don't know what my rank is, I can put it.
The 61st Command has slightly over 300 soldiers, but I'm sorry, the 61st Troop Command has slightly over 300 soldiers, but overall, being medical for the state, it's responsible for the medical health and wellness of all soldiers to make sure that they're medically deployable. And that's about right at 10,000 soldiers in our medical.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes. Amazing.
She went to big buddy.
Amazing. 86.
Okay, I'm outnumbered. But, that is awesome, sister. We appreciate it very much. You also were painted by, what's the people, what, I call him Bowen, but can you say something about that beautiful portrait you did of the colonel? Each one is entirely different. All of his works are entirely different, but they're unique and very special because he used a combination of hues, not just one or two colors. He may use a combination of maybe 6 or 7 in different positions in his work, which is exceptional. Okay, so, well, that's a beautiful portrait of you, and you're deserving it, and we're so proud of you. You know what to be buddy. We're very proud of you. And thank you. Would you have some of your members of your family here? Would all of you please stand, as family members? Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. What a beautiful representation. That's all the way to the back. Okay. Well, I saw some of my co-workers back there. But anyway, I didn't wear my uniform, so I can't give anything. I can say, but anyway, we're going to extend the wall anyway. And those of you, I see quite a few of you. Thank you, Carl. I see quite a few of you in the audience, and we're blessed that you're here. We want you to know and realize that this is just the beginning. That was stated earlier. This is just the beginning. We have to start somewhere. We start with the 13 best people we can find in the nation. The criteria was not easy, it wasn't simple. It was a lot of work. We talked about, we fussed, we argued, we critiqued, we did it all. But guess what we came up with? We came up with the best. Yeah, we're proud of you. Proud of you. And in the near future, as I look around and peruse around, I can see about maybe 25 of you sitting here. You're next. It's just a matter of giving us some time, some patience. Folks, this was a lot of work. A lot of work went into what you see. But it was done with love and compassion. Because these individuals deserve it. We can't give you flowers, but we'll sure give you a portrait. Who's my next one, sister? Oh my God. Put it out so they can see that. So put it out so they can see that. Yeah. There's any members of, I saw some members of the family where they're. Okay, there you are. Okay, we honored to have Sister Natalie Giselle Reed, famous television and film actress. Her acting career began in 1996 in an episode called Family Matters. A movie role set with, look, what's it, Queen Latisha and Jada Pickett Smith. In 1997, Natalie appeared in with Holly Berry, and also she was appeared with Brandy and the Celarella, Whitney Houston, and Whoopi Goldberg. And unlike that, we talked about people out of high school. She attended Grambling State University. I know you were involved, right? But that's all right, you know, it's okay. Randall State University honored the memory of this exceptional actress in 2022. And so again, we honored to have, our Carmel board grow, uh, to do the honor of painting that portrait. And look at it, you almost can see the soul in us now. What a beautiful, exceptional portrait, a job well done. I don't compliment him on too many things, but when I saw that, he said, "I want you to take a look at it and give me your thoughts." I didn't have anything to say except, son, a job well done. Beautiful. That's what I have left. Wow. Uh, his mom is here, dad. Stand up, sister. Now, she claimed that we were high school classmates. Uh, but I did. I taught her at Jones Street, I believe. You know, she's a pretty good student. But I never knew why she had a baseball walk around in her hand. And so I found out that it had something to do with that young man there. Exceptional ball player, and one that we are very proud of. Brother Juan, he played major ball starting in the major leagues in 2000 and 2013 for the Colorado Rockies. Went on to Florida uh, with the Mariners, Chicago Cubs, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. During his career, he stole 614 bases. He posted a 295 batting average. He played center or left field, depends on where it's needed. In 14 seasons, he played in 1,994 games. And prior to his career, he played at Galveston College and the University of South Alabama. And they say he could outrun a rabbit. And he stole base on top of base on top of base. And we're certainly honored to have this young man as a part of our community. And we'd like to take time to recognize him. And he has an extensive bio that you can read in your book. But anyway, well, uh, stand up. Stand up again. Family, help family, stand out this family so they can see who you are. Oh, okay, good going. Thank you. Is that my last one there? It's a good look for. Okay. She says she'll get some more, and I'm going on the cards. A little facetious. I got kind of humor. But anyway, Jacob the Fall certainly is one that we've heard quite a bit about, but we didn't really know about too much about him until recently. And with this, I'd like to mention some of the things that has occurred. Uh, Jacob the Fall is his grave site is in Pineville on the Hummer Street. And when we were trying to find a location, we had some difficulty because of the bush, the grass, and etc. that really covered the grave. And so as we went to locate it, we finally found after looking about 45 minutes, he was down a hill and his grave site has cracked, half of it open, half closed. And so it was quite a tragedy to locate it. but we were not the first people to find it. And as much Michael Wynn. Mike here? Okay. Mike was the main individual who did some research. He's a super historian. And he found about all about this information. And right now is in the works to do a documentary on his life.
Mm.
And who knows, some of you sitting here may be potential activists to be a part of this auspicious occasion. But I want Miss Sister Johnson to stand up again. I still can call ranks from her too. She did what you call a rubbing, which is an old technique of use of paper and uh, pencil or pen. And when you have a little space in the tombstone, you can put a piece of paper and rub it and get the imprint. And that's what she did. Now, you'd be surprised how expensive those things are. And I've been trying to buy one from her. She said, no, they're not for sale. But they are. It takes a lot of work. Can you hold one up so they can see it, Ms. Johnson? That was called a rubbing. And it's the imprint of relief, because the work was done in relief, so it, and of course, you can have it not with relief, but it's high enough for her to get you the true image of the imprint that talks about when he was born and when he died. Thank you. Some of the areas, some of the grave sites that we found over there was desecrated, and some of the grave sites were open for roaches and things waiting to get in. It was an unsightly experience that we had to do this. But we felt that it was important and also was necessary. And so those are two things we have there that if you have a chance to go over there, it's grave site is still there. But you may have some trouble finding it right now, but it's there. Okay, well, he did that. If you look at the eyes and expression from the other works that he did, you find one is entirely different. Look at the expression in the eyes. That's the first thing you look. It tells a story. This too was done using what we call a monochromatic color scheme. And also he did a little spraying with his brush, which is also, like we said before, is a different technique. But J.B. McFarland was born in Forest Parish, the neighborhood parish, and his mama was a slave. And the whole family, they adopted him. And in that, they were educators in that area of a voice. And so they taught him to read and write, basic skills and communication, and also jury information. He knew law by 12 years of age. So he was a smart young man, very intellectual. And so we are honored to say that he is part of the Peabody system. Now, Peabody was not named for or after him. It was named after a philanthropist by the name of Peabody, who donated funds for education for young people in this area. And the remainder of the information you can find in your book. And be sure to take that and share that with your family, your grandkids, and kids yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. At this time, we're going to unveil um, a portrait done by Dr. Clarence Talley Sr. Dr. Clarence Talley Sr., the artist, is a native of Alexandria, Louisiana, and a 1969 graduate of Peabody High School. Dr. Talley is the distinguished and has made significant contributions to the rich culture heritage of Afro-American art. Dr. Clarence Talley Sr. is the senior pastor at Mount Corinth Missionary Baptist Church in Heavenly Hempstead, Texas. That's right, I've never heard of that place. Mr. Talley resides in Prairie, Texas, with his lovely wife, Miss Carolyn Ann Talley. Dr. Talley, honorees, artists wear, art is everything, and everything is art. Mr. Isles is his honoree. Mr. David F. Isles. Everybody called him Prop Isles. I often wonder why Prop. But Professor, sorry, Professor. Dr. Isles was a student at Peabody Training School in 1918. He left in 1925 to attend high school at Leland College, Baker, Louisiana, due to the lack of high schools for blacks in Rapides Parish at the time. After completing high school, he remained at Leland College, where he received a bachelor's degree in 1933. Dr. Isles returned to Peabody in 1934 to teach social studies. He later became assistant principal. Then, in 1937, he became principal. Dr. Isles was principal for Peabody High School from 1937 until 1972. He transformed Peabody from an industrial school to a strong academic high school. In August of 1972, Dr. Isles accepted a position in Rapides Parish School Board. I present to you Dr. Isles. And now, Mr. Thomas, you come back, please. Or is it Selena? I'm sorry.
Thank you, Ms. Panetta. Will the family members here of Mr. Isles please stand? Thank you so much for being here. This gentleman has been pulling rank on everyone else today, but I believe now is my opportunity to do the same to him. Mr. Thomas, would you please come forward? Please come forward to the center of the room. I would like for Mr. Thomas, if you would join your protege, Mr. Gilbo, in the center of the room. He's getting a little taste of his own medicine. Mr. Thomas has been a force of nature putting this together with finding artists and worthy honorees, and he's contributed so very much to this project. So I'd like for us all now to take a moment, and he may be very angry with me later, but I'll deal with that. Please let's take a moment and give him a round of applause and appreciation. And if I don't have a job on Monday, you'll know what happened. We're going to have another board meeting for a few weeks, so I'm good. Again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You've done so very much, and we appreciate it. And now I'd like to invite forward the principal for Peabody, Mr. Dennis Stewart. All right. We are very thankful to have you here, Mr. Stewart. You may not know this, but I've done a little bit of background research on you, sir. from my younger sister. She is a school vice principal in Avoyles Parish. And when I told her that you would be here, she said, I had the opportunity to go and observe whenever you were working, I believe, at AMMS. And she said he was one of the most dynamic leaders she ever had the opportunity to learn from. He is absolutely amazing. And I am so honored that we are now able to make a presentation to Peabody High School that is in memory and in honor of another great leader, so that it may hang in the halls and it may remind everyone who crosses those halls of the people who they stand behind, the people who have supported for so long, and the people who have made today's possibilities happen. Thank you again for encouraging all of our future scholars, and thank you for being an inspiration to so many.
Well, see, knock me off my feet. I like to stay behind the scenes. But I'm just elated to be here. Miss Perry stayed on me. Where is she? Stayed on me. You got to make this. You got to make this. Well, when you get up at 4:45 in the morning and you're at school by 6 o'clock, the day is just nonstop. So I'm thankful to God that I was able to get up this morning and make this event. But I'm telling you, the greatness that I see out here, I'm looking at all of you, just greatness. But I'm going to say this, the past, we will always remember the past. The present, what we do in the right now, is going to set the tone for the future. And she is sitting over there nice and beautiful. She is sitting over there nice and beautiful. And every day we go in there, we have an opportunity, each day by God, to make our present students great in moving forward. Because our way has been paved. And in order to stop the killing and the prison system, we must do a great work in the now. So what we do at Peabody, we work extremely hard because the assignment has been given to us by God.
Amen.
And if you know your assignment, no one will be able to stop what's to come. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you want to come visit, come on over to her, because she was good to us that many years ago by DFIs and LaFard, and she is still going strong today in 2024. And so we are working hard to rebuild, rebrand, and reignite a fire under that school, this community, everybody here for the children of Peabody Magnet High School and the ones to come. Thank you.
All right, now I'm going to turn the microphone over to Miss Lene Mutor. I believe she has a few reminders that she would like to share.
I am reminding you of a few things, but first of all, thank you all for being here on this morning or this afternoon, I should say. But with our reminder, Ms. Lakeisha is here, the branch manager. I take nothing from her. I do want to acknowledge her. She has worked hard and very awesome in making this whole event be a part of it. To take the moment to Karen Simmons for the idea and for the concept and for us all coming together to bring this forth. Just a reminder, we have a story wall that's out front that has been put together by the staff of King that we would like for you definitely to go and to walk through. Also, our Grow Our Collection, Mr. Thomas display coming soon. And I got notes from other people, so I'm having to, they can chime in and tell me what they were meaning. But also in growing our wall here, we do have a section that is going to be coming soon of Mr. Morris Taft Thomas, of his work. And so with that, we have a canvas that's going around that I would like to make sure if you have the opportunity to please sign it. There's very little we can offer to Mr. Thomas, but for this grand opening, that canvas is for him of all the signature of people that has been in this event today. So please, someone has that canvas and it's going around. And please, if you did not sign the guest book, please take an opportunity to do that, and we appreciate you for that. You're now.
Thank you all, and thank you to Mr. Thomas again and to Ms. Finetta for an inspiring and informative presentation. We very much appreciate it. Now, before we dismiss, I want to begin by thanking you all for being here, and I'd like to take a few moments to express my and the library's appreciation for those who made the center possible and who made today's celebration possible. Thank you to each of the artists who contributed their time and their talent. We know that it is no small effort. Thank you to those who inspired the artists, our honorees who have given so much to the community and who are those lights that we referenced earlier. Continue shining. At the commencement of this ceremony, we will disperse a gift bag that has a keepsake coin emblazoned with the center's logo and information for the day to each of our honorees' families, and also to each of our artists. So please make sure that you do not walk away without receiving this today. I'd also like to thank, I see a few familiar faces in the crowd. I'm a librarian, but I am plenty loud. I don't necessarily need that. I see some familiar faces out in the crowd today. I want to thank some of our local leaders who are here. Representative Edward Labradane, Rapides Parish Library Board President Leanza Jordan, Board Vice President Ms. Irene Hobbs. I've seen several of our jury members, in addition to Mr. Oliver Overton, but as one of our honorees. I've also seen, I believe, Mr. Nelson. Yes, Juror Nelson. Thank you for being here. Thank you for Ms. Franklin being here, one of our school board members. Your support and your honor of this presentation is greatly, greatly appreciated. Your presence is valued. And now, again, I'm going to be upsetting more people that I work with, so this is a lot of fun. I would like to thank the planning committee who made this day possible. There are a group of individuals who quietly and methodically worked on this program for many months to make today and beyond possible. Because as we've said numerous times, this is more than about today. This is for every day going forward, for the years and decades to come, and the inspiration of the youth and a recounting of the history. So thank you to the planning committee. And as I call your name, will you please come to the center of the room? Miss Karen Simmons, whose idea and design helped to make this day possible. Branch Manager Lakeisha Hinton, who has provided with everything from setup to organization to planning, and is wearing a stunning outfit today, which she has been, she floats, she's ethereal. And to Miss Lene Mouton, who is one of the individuals I'm starting, not being put in the spotlight because she does a lot of very hard work, organizational and preparatory, but very often wants to bypass having acknowledgement. So thank you, Lene. All right, Miss Sandy Buller, our PR manager, who has done an excellent job, obviously, with the promotion of the event and with the creation of these lovely booklets. She and Miss Simmons and Mr. Thomas worked very hard to make these possible, along with our historian who put forth great effort in putting this together. And also, now I'd like to call to the center of the room as well the remaining two members of our committee, Miss Finetta and Mr. Thomas. The individuals who are now standing in front of you are responsible, as I said, for today and for this project going forward. They, though, were only able to make this possible because of all of you. They put to feet a long held and long desired commitment from the community and contributions from the community that made today possible and the future possible. So give yourselves and them a round of applause for everything. And we have a coin for each of you to commemorate the day as well. So make sure that you do not leave without them today. All right. And finally, I hope that you all will take some time. We are very thankful to have our ILS manager, Ms. Katrina Kirk, who will be here. She's been taking pictures in the background, but she will be taking some additional photographs in the center. We will move the canvases and you will be able to take some with our lovely backdrop. We will have some refreshments and fellowships in celebration of this momentous day. I hope that you'll stay and that you will enjoy each other's company. And when you have a moment, go outside and enjoy the newly refreshed story stroll. Our folks here at the King Branch have put forth significant effort to make it happen. And I'd like for you all to just make yourselves at home and welcome in our library. So thank you again for being here.
So just for a moment, just for a quick moment, I get to pull rank right now. So Miss Elise Harper, and where's Karen? Mr. Nelson and Mr. Oliver Overton. It's hard to surprise her. I'd say we had a special surprise and she gave me that look like, what do you mean you got a special surprise? You know how we pull rank. We pull rank. So right now I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Nelson and Mr. Oliver.
Thank you, Mr. Lene, Mr. Nelson. Well, you put in rank, so now it's my time. Everybody put in rank. Everybody throwing sliders and fastballs, curveballs. So it's my turn to do that. As you can see, this is a great day. You have done a tremendous job. She's only been there since 2020. 4 years' time, the progress that she's made and the board and staff that she works with, they have covered a lot of ground, almost 20 years worth of work. To come here today and see what you're seeing today is just astronomical. You have done a great job for the Rapides Parish Police Bureau. We did not make a mistake in hiring you. We did not make a mistake in appointing you to be on this board. We did not make a mistake for Ms. Vanetta being my neighbor. Did not make a mistake for Warren Pierre. So all those angles there that we have here. So it's my time. You've been pulling rank on everybody all day. So it's my time to pull some on you with a surprise. And I'm gonna let Mr. Nelson, it's your time now. This is our new juror.
It's new to me too. This is a certificate of appreciation. This certificate is presented to Celeste Reach Harper, Director of Rapides Parish Library, for her outstanding performance, service, hard work, and dedication to the citizens of Rapides Parish. Presented this 24th day of February 2024 from the Rapides Parish Police Bureau.
I'm just gonna, I don't know what to say. This is a first. As I said, everybody knows that I'm a loud librarian, so I don't normally need this, but I've been here. This is home for me. I grew up in Avoyelles Parish. Central Louisiana is my heart. And being able to be back here and to preserve the history, to recognize the people who have been ignored, and to give opportunities for our future, for our kids, for all these students that I see day in and day out is an incredible honor. And I take it very seriously. And I want to serve each and every one of you in whatever way we can. So just thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
All right, one more time for me, and I'm done. But just for a quick moment, we would like to give you all just some type of instructions. But we are going to go out through this door and come back around for you to go through the reception line for, someone wait a minute, but for the reception for the reception that we're having in there. You can feel welcome to come back in here and fellowship with our tables that's all around. So we thank you again for coming and being a part of this great celebration, and have a good day. Mr. Wade Hampton, it's on you. Now, supposed to-
Bryce, how you doing today?
Hi,
All right.
you stay on the wall, brother.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Glad you showed up.
So I'm getting ready to leave right now, but pretty much what we've had is the Central Louisiana African American Culture and Heritage Center was dedicated today at the Martin Luther King branch of the library. And so, hey, how's it going today, sir? All right. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? You doing fine, Jackie? I got you live, Jackie. So we're gonna kind of ease out and go take a look at that wall before I get out of here. But it is a certain. Hey, how's it going, Miss? How you doing? It's my niece. Yeah. Look, look, look. Now he back down. Now he back down. I'm doing good. I'm trying to exit here. As soon as I get out and we go take a look at that wall, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. As you guys can see, it was a seriously packed house today.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Miss Hinton, how are you doing today? Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome anytime. All right.
How you doing?
So we're gonna watch Miss Hobbs put her name very chair right here on this wall of remembrance.